Hello everyone, this is Pragya Pandey from RAO'S Academy for Competitive Exams Bhopal, and this is our special series on daily news review. In our previous video, I asked few questions, so let's see their solution first. So the first question was, which committee recommended to establish the Central Bureau of Investigation? And the correct answer for this question is Santhanam Committee. The next question is, which of the following statement is not correct about the Central Bureau of Investigation? So it is a constitutional institution. This is wrong. It is not a constitutional institution. And the third and the last question is, the Central Bureau of Investigation comes under the, it comes under the Ministry of Personnel and Training. So without wasting any time, let's see what is in the news. Rhino Day, that is observed on 22nd September to spread awareness about the different rhinoceros species and the danger they faced. It was first observed in 2011 after World Wildlife Fund announced the decision in 2010. The theme for this year, 5 rhinos species forever. Black rhino, white rhino, greater one-horned rhino, Javan rhino and Sumatran rhinos are the 5 different species of rhino. Let's understand about these species one by one. So the first one is Sumatran rhino. They usually find in Sumatra and Borneo in Indonesia. They are the descendants from the woolly rhinos of the Ice Age, and they are also the smallest among all. Their population is limited to 34 to 47 and they weight around to 500 to 960 kg. Dense highland and lowland tropical and subtropical forest are great habitat for these species. Under the IUCN list, they are critically endangered. Next is Javan rhino. They usually find in Java, Indonesia and Sabah. They weighted around 900 to 2300 kg and they are one of the rarest large mammals on the earth. Their population is again limited to 76. Tropical and subtropical moist broadleaf forest is great and perfect habitat for this kind of species. Under the IUCN status, they are critically endangered. The next is black rhino. They usually found in Kenya, Namibia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Zambia, Botswana, Malawi, etc. They weighted around 900 to 1350 kg and they are the smaller of the 2 African species. Their population is 6195, whereas their IUCN status is critically endangered. Tropical and subtropical grassland, savannas, shrubland, desert and xeric shrublands are perfect habitat for this species. And the next is greater one-horned rhino, that is also known as Indian rhino. The greater one-horned rhino are semi-aquatic and often takes up residence in swamp, forest and riverside. They usually find in India and Nepal. Tropical and subtropical grasslands are perfect habitat for these species. They weighted around 1800 to 2500 kilograms and their population is 4014. If we talk about IUCN status, they are under vulnerable category. And the fifth and the last one is white rhino, that is also known as square-lipped rhino because of their square upper lip but not the pointed one. They usually found in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Kenya and Uganda. Tropical and subtropical grasslands, savannas and shrublands are perfect habitat for these species. They are Africa's largest species of rhino. There are 2 subspecies of white rhinoceros, the southern white rhino and the northern white rhino, which is considered extinct in the world. If we talk about the IUCN status, they are near threatened. Let's talk about the Great Indian Rhino. India is home to greater one-horned rhino, the largest rhino species. It is identified by a single black horn about 8 to 25 inches long and a grey-brown hide with a skin fold, which gives it an armor-plated appearance. Kaziranga National Park in Assam is home to 2/3 of the world rhinos population, whereas rhinos are also found in several protected areas like Dudhwa National Park, Manas National Park, Orang National Park, etc. According to the 14th rhino census conducted at the national park in March 2022, there has been an increase of 200 rhinos from 2018 when it was 2430. 2013. If we talk about the threat status of Great Indian Rhinos, they are listed in IUCN's Red List. It comes under the vulnerable category Schedule 1 of WPA. 1972 protects these animals. It has also been included in the CITES appendix. If we talk about the conservation efforts led by the India, those are like launch of a national conservation strategy. Also, there is a project to create DNA profiles of all rhinos by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Changes. There is India Rhino Vision 2020. That is a unique program where the government partnered international, national and local organizations for the conservation of the rhinos. You can read about these conservation efforts by the Indian government in detail for your pre as well as for mains point of view. हमने यहाँ एक वर्ड पढ़ा है that is CITES, that stands for the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. That is an international agreement to which states and regional economic integration organizations adhere voluntarily. It was drafted as a result of resolution adopted in 1963 at a meeting of members of the International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN. Moving further to the next news, Coast Guard of India and US takes part in the joint exercise Abhyas. The focus of the exercise was to familiarize the personnel of Coast Guard of both nations with each other's capabilities. The objective also include strengthening working relationship between the forces of two nations, enhancing interoperability in the areas of maritime search and rescue, also the broadening operations and other maritime law enforcement duties. Israeli embassy in collaboration with NGO Khushi launched the project Saras for menstrual health in Ghaziabad. The project aims at spreading awareness about menstrual health and hygiene and building skills and capacity for women. The composite school Arthala was also inaugurated, which will employ women to produce eco-friendly, cost-effective sanitary napkins in Ghaziabad. These pads sold under the Saras brand are likewise entirely natural and do not go through any chemical washing or refining processes. National Payments Corporation of India today launched the UPI payment via credit card on the RuPay network. NPCI has also launched the UPI 123 Pay facility for features phone. Under this, feature phones user can register and make a payment via UPI by calling a phone number through the use of interactive voice response number. The UPI Lite was also launched for the small value UPI transaction via wallet-like feature and the facility for inward cross-border remittances through the Bharat Bill Pay system. Skill Certification Assessment for Leather Employee app launched for skill development in leather sector. This app offers a one-stop services for skilling, learning, assessment and employment needs of the leather industry. People interested in leather crafts of all ages can access online live streaming classes from the cutting edge studio at Leather SSC office. Indian Space Research Organization has successfully tested a hybrid motor, potentially paving the way for a new propulsion system for the forthcoming launch vehicles. Let's understand something about this tested hybrid motor. The test was conducted at ISRO Propulsion Complex at Mahendragiri in Tamil Nadu that was supported by Liquid Propulsion System Center. The motor used hydroxyl terminated polybutadiene as fuel and liquid oxygen as a oxidizer. Unlike the other solid-solid or liquid-liquid combination, a hybrid motor used solid fuel and liquid oxidizer. Let's also understand something about the IPCR here. ISRO Propulsion Complex, that is IPCR, formerly Liquid Propulsion System Center, Mahendragiri, is located near Kanyakumari at Mahendragiri Hills, Tamil Nadu. It is the major testing hub for ISRO's liquid propulsion system, and the role of IPRC is to carry out research for the development of liquid propulsion system both for satellite and satellites launch vehicle. IPRC is equipped with the state-of-the-art facilities for the assembly, integration and testing of liquid propulsion systems. It is responsible for development, qualification and acceptance testing of subsystem and system for launch vehicles and spacecraft project. So this is it for today. Join our batches for UPSC MPPSC Civil Services Examination. Seats are very limited, so hurry up. Thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to hit like button, comment your valuable feedback and also press the subscribe button to never miss any update. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Links are given below in the description box. Thank you and see you tomorrow.